Hey guys, welcome. Welcome. We're back in California. Man, I was knocked out this morning. I was just thinking about it because Babe got up before me. And, when you have a travel and you're like, oh, okay, that didn't really get to me because it wasn't that many hours. But coming back this morning, I woke up this morning and my body was like dead to the world. I felt it. I had my hand back on the pillow and I was like, oh my gosh, that really took a lot out of me. So we went to bed about 10 because we had to pick up the pup from Simi Valley.
About 11.
Yeah, about at 11. And we had like a light something to eat because we didn't eat all day. But I hope that you guys are having a good start to the week. Today is officially our start to the week. It's Tuesday, October 28th. My costume came in the mail. Me and Babe are Wilma and Fred. Oh shit! How did that go from Wilma and Fred Flintstone? And I thought it was really cute. Last year, me and Aaron were nun and a priest, so it had to be something that was along those lines. It fell into our lap, so I'm looking forward to that. Came with a wig and everything, so we see how the girl looks. 5 of Wands is the first card that we received, and the bees are present at Hive of Bees. So maybe this has to do with fiery energy in the sense of a group of people, maybe a group of people as it pertains to how they gather is in like a circle or something to do with that. And this is fire energy, so the 5 of Wands, and you have the bat that's present, you have fire that's present on the wand, and then you have fire that's coming from the branch and building. So let me see what that particular card reads into. 5 of Wands, and we're using the Fifth Spirit Tarot deck. This is a queer inclusive deck by Charlie Claire Burgess. It's been a while since we used this as well. Okay, so 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands marks our first big challenge in the passionate, willful realm of fire, conflict. When this card appears, you might get caught in the twin toxic grips of ego and comparison. You may feel a need to power grab, prove yourself, or to be in a race where it is no winners. So I feel like this is where I was talking about fiery energy or fiery groups. So if you're having to deal with other people, that's where maybe a conflict of interest may come about. Maybe you feel like you should pursue a stable traditional career when you actually want to make art or organize for social justice or create a tarot deck, wink wink. To work things out, you need to disarm your smarting ego, get clear on your desires, and work towards collaboration instead of competition. So it's like working with the right people to make things happen. Don't look at it, if you are having to work with people that are different from you, and here's the thing, conflict could arise or it couldn't, based on perspective. So channel it in creation instead. So it's like use this energy to create something rather than being in a space that creates a conflicting energy or interaction, right? So we're going to do a spread of 12. That was just the first card, but for some reason I was like, oh, I don't remember pulling this. What's this energy reading into? So we have the 7 of Swords. So you have a egg nest that's present, but it looks like personal belongings. So personal belongings being maybe purged through, or the nests, you have 1 cracked egg, but then you have all other eggs that are present, which are 6 other eggs that are not cracked, a ring, a key. So maybe a call to nesting your personal belongings or finding protection for your personal belongings. Okay. So next card to come up is the Ace of Wands, another card calling to fire energy. So maybe this could be a spark of something. And with fire energy, I think we're coming into an energy of Sagittarius. And so even though we're in Scorpio as of now, we are coming into a full moon, and I'm believing that the Sagittarius energy will be in that full moon space. So as to why fire is coming up, because that's the next following season, which will be into November, December. So you're creating or coming into a space that is lighting a spark in you, maybe a fiery spark, a point of adventure. You also I see this as coming out of the mud of something, but not the mud, but like say if it's fire, it's smoke. So coming out of the smoke and being clear about what sparks are present for you at this time, or what is representative in a spark at this time. So you have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups, I see this as breaking down your personal belongings, or moving away from things that has to do with a home space, because you have the presence of 4 drinking matters. It's not a one cup. It's cup, can, looks like a coffee mug, a tea mug as well. So maybe your drinks have something to do with the energy that's represented in the Five of Cups, or water energy, because you see the sailboat that's present in front of the house. The next thing to come up is the the Eight of Wands. This is another card of fire energy. So maybe the energy is not just one spark as you see it in the Ace of Wands. It's a couple sparks, that 8 sparks that light up the fire under you. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles. I see this as building. So an energy to putting your pieces together, or having the right tools for building something that is going to be present. So the Eight of Pentacles, this has to do with your finances. So whatever you're doing is a contributing factor for building your finances. All right, so Eight of Pentacles, this is about good old-fashioned hard work. This is what I mean, putting your tools to work. When it shows up because an apprentice to your own improvement, you have the ability to make something exceptional if you have the dedication to work for it. Whether in art, business, or personal life, building anything truly worthwhile requires steady and patient effort. After all, masterpieces are not made overnight. If you're feeling stuck or uninspired, this card indicates seeking out new lessons. And I actually was talking to somebody about this last night, of if you're in a space where you're not navigating the way that you used to, and it's okay not to navigate in the ways that you used to, because you want to navigate in new ways that are called to you. Try to put yourself in new spaces that erupt a spark in you that you didn't expect. Okay, so that's what I really see from the Eight of Pentacles.
The Ace of Swords just jumped out.
Huh?
You saw the Ace of Swords just jumped out?
It did. A couple things came out, but it didn't land on the table. So we have the Hermit card. This is asking you to sit quiet for some time, going into a space where you're like nurturing yourself, because it's the cold there. So you need this sense of nurturing, and maybe sitting with yourself to spark these ideas. And then he's out in the cold, so he's spending some time alone. You have the Magician card. The Magician makes sense why it's present, because we talked about building things, we talked about sparking new ideas, and the Magician is making something out of nothing. You're creating the results for what is to come, and that's why that Magician card comes up. You have the rose that's in this glass canister here. You have oils that's present, and other liquids that are present that are creating one thing. So you're creating something that requires a lot of ingredients, whether it's manually I see this as like some sort of skincare or fragrance or things like that. Makes sense for me because I do create my own skincare and fragrances, but maybe you're concocting some other product that can lead to a need for different various ingredients that will add to the finished product, right? So the next thing to come up is the King of Pentacles. So you're in the energy of fulfillment as it pertains to your finances, and this is the highest fulfillment. You have things to offer. Okay, you're standing firm in where you are, but you have things to offer as it pertains to your money and your finances. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 cards, and we're going to pick 3 more. Okay, 3 more just fell out. So what came out is the Death card. So you're ending something. You have the strength card. So wherever you're going, you're in need of that strength. You have the infinity symbol, which I see as blessings. And then on her tattoos, you have love and trust that's coming forward as far as what you can expect as far as the energy that is pertaining to the strength card. And then you have the sunflower energy, which is present also in the Empress energy and the sun card. And then you have the dog, which looks like a pit bull, that is maybe a protection for you, or a comfort blanket, in the state of a animal. And then the next thing that came up is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is also very specific, and to like the King of Pentacles. Both are very similar. The Pentacles has to deal with standing in firmness of your finances. I think the King of Cups means standing in firmness of your emotion and personal well-being, right? So that is your 12 cards, and what's facing up is the Three of Cups. And I don't remember what the Three of Cups is in this deck, so we'll read it from the book. So Three of Cups, I went straight to it. Broadens on the partnership themes of the previous card. So what the previous cards were King of Cups, the Strength card, and the Death card. So expanding our hearts to include our groups, chosen families, and communities. And I think I was listening to something that talked about this time we're coming into the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's going to be a time of maybe getting together, seeing people you haven't seen in a while. So being present and celebrating, or a reason to gather in fellowship with others, okay? And you gather in fellowship with those individuals that spark, again, going back to the spark influence, spark need for growth. You don't have to carry your burdens entirely on your own. There are people who love you and who are willing to help. So gather with the right people for the right connections and the right inspirations that will push you forward. Immense rewards come of nurturing our friendships and our community. If this card shows up when not all is well in your neighborhood, it encourages you to reconnect and make amends. It's also a reminder to join with circles in the spirit of openness. So don't come into spaces with any expectancy, and that will lead you to a space of being pleasantly surprised. And then it talked about there's no competition here. We can lift each other up, and then we all rise, meaning to bring somebody along with you. If you know that it's something that you have to offer and somebody else is doing something that can add to or contribute to what you're already doing, why not bring them along if you have two things that can work together? I think a lot of the times, especially in this society and now in this generation, we get lost in like pushing ourselves forward, or like, oh, okay, like I moved on, or I moved ahead. I don't have anything that I can help you with. Or if somebody does come to you and asks, it's like you act like, maybe you don't hear the things that could be beneficial to them and you. Because you never know how someone can also bless you as well. So I think that's a good point to consider, and I will see you tomorrow. I love you so much. Bye.